and my dear children, we are here to listen talk by His Holiness 14th Dalai Lama on the subject of education for universal ethics. Here we start our program with welcome offering. This will be done by school spiritual head Nagarampa Sharing Tashi and school sponsor Miss Yu Chiao Chun. Children, please maintain silence. Dear children and friends, I would like to inform you that the founder and director of ALIS project, Mr. Valentino Giacomin, is also a good writer. He has written several books on different topics for students, teachers, and social workers. Recently, he has written a book, Universal Ethics. So today, we would like to unveil this book as a book launching ceremony. So may I request to His Holiness to unveil this book. Written by Mr. Valentino Giacomin, the founder and director of ALIS Project School. Children, please maintain silence. Without wasting a minute, now I would like to request Mr. Valentino Giacomin, founder and director of ALIS Project, for welcome address.
I first met Your Holiness in Dharamsala almost 30 years ago to ask for advice about my future. Thanks to the kind introduction of Ribo Rinpoche. After a few days, Your Holiness responded that it will be excellent, excellent, excellent if I would continue to work in the field of education in India. I follow your advice, and in 1994, in Sarnath, the Alice Project was born, followed by Bodhgaya and Bodhisattva in Arunachal Pradesh. Alice in Wonderland, the wonderland of India, the country that has always inspired our actions and philosophical vision. Before Indian experience in the 80s in Italy, we had begun a search and a pedagogic experimentation, trying to find answers to the crisis in the schools and the failure of traditional education in the West. At that time, we realized that the schools were manifesting a subtle pervading disease in form of lack of discipline, lack of attention, bullying, fall in academic performance, as well as interpersonal and social conflicts. We then wondered if this negative trend, this degeneration continues, what will happen to our students in 20, 30 years? Today, the answer is there for everyone to see. Violence, bullying in the schools, indiscipline, suicides, mental neurological disorders, and unhappiness. Where does so much suffering and violence come from? It was the question that we asked ourselves 20 years ago, 30 years ago, in the face of these symptoms. From this question, the subsequent therapy was born as Alice Project. According to our hypothesis, the cause of existential suffering is to be found in the dualistic paradigm that differentiates the educational system of the West. That vision is based on materialistic science and the misconception of reality. Unfortunately, the ancient wisdom of India was overwhelmed by the arrogance of the thought of Western materialism, whose egocentric vision has favored the disvalues of competitiveness, jealousy, pride, desire, and anger. How far are the modern schools in the world from the holistic, integrate, and non-dualistic vision of Vedanta, which states, Tat Tvan Asi, you are that, or Christians, Buddhists, and other religions advise, love your neighbor as yourself, or the concept of Maya, illusion. In our schools, we propose an ethic emphasizing the value of Eastern meditative tradition and its method of awareness and transformation based on wisdom for happy life. The wisdom that leads our students to understand that if we want to be free from suffering, achieving inner and external peace, first we have to know our minds. Then we have to go beyond our selfishness and projections. It is essential to make our students to realize that there is no separation between I, the others, the world, similar to when we dream. This is our usual example during the training. We at Alice Project, at Alice Schools, have realized that this understanding brings a profound inner change from which the values of discipline, solidarity, compassion, altruism, and non-violence are born. All this, integrated with curricular subjects, together with our experimental methodology, had also brought high academic achievements. In these 24 years of work in Indian public schools, we have been able to demonstrate practically that it is possible to recuperate the ancient wisdom of this country. We propose, if we propose if we propose it in a modern and scientific way. See neuroscience, quantum physics, transpersonal psychology. Thanks also to our experience, we believe that India could once again become a guiding light of wisdom and mental well-being. The Vice-Chancellor of Sanskrit University of Benares, in this regard, said, "We are convinced if we put into practice the insight of Alice Project Universal School Education, we could improve not only the educational system of India, but also bring harmony in the world." Now, we are at the end of the first phase of our long research. We are going to leave an inheritance of vast educational material, moral stories, text of methodology and non-dualistic pedagogy, guides for teaching mathematics and languages through visualization and meditation, a manual for teachers presenting a gradual educational training on secular ethics for the students of all levels. We offer to Your Holiness all we have achieved in the 30 years in the hope of having deserved the 3 excellence that resulted from divination. On behalf of all students and teachers from Bihar School here today, I thank Your Holiness for this exceptional meeting in the holy place of Bodh Gaya. In the hope that it could become an annual event. We pray for Your Holiness' long life. Please remain with us a long time to continue to benefit infinite sentient beings. Your Holiness, we humbly request to bless all schools from Bihar and India so they could continue to develop knowledge, wisdom, and good art.
Please maintain silence, children. Now, we are so much lucky and fortunate that we have the chance to listen His Holiness. May I request His Holiness, His words of blessing. Please, children, maintain silence. कृपया शांति बनाए रखें. Hands up. Yeah. Sitting with us. Oh, yeah. Good morning, everybody.
शुभ प्रभात, शुभ प्रभात।
You got last night. You got good sleep.
कल शाम को आप लोग अच्छी तरह सोए होंगे।
So I hope everybody's mind fresh, alert.
आशा है आप सब फ्रेश होंगे।
Oh yeah. Indeed, I feel great honor and very, very happy on meeting with young students. And then the Italian friend, you actually, you see, implement what we want. Wonderful. Thank you.
मुझे बहुत ही खुशी का अनुभव हो रहा है वास्तव में आप सब लोगों के बीच में, और साथ ही साथ मेरे पुराने इटालियन मित्र के प्रति मैं बहुत आभार हूँ, क्योंकि उन्होंने जो हम चाहते हैं उसको जो है आप कार्यान्वित कर रहे हैं, इसलिए हमें बहुत खुशी है।
Time always moving. Never remain stand still. So then past, already past, nothing can be done. Just memory or in history book. Now future, not yet come. So there is opportunity making better future. Therefore, in that respect, younger generation like you are the generation of future in general and also in this country. Future of India on your shoulder, in your hand. So you are actually making better future.
समय जो है क्षणिक है, निरंतर बहती रहती है, एक क्षण के लिए भी समय नहीं रुकती है। अर्थात जो भूतकाल हो चुका है वो नष्ट हो चुका है, और वर्तमान भविष्य जो है अभी आना है, अभी तक नहीं आया है, भविष्य आना है। अतः हमारे पास जो उपलब्धता है वो वर्तमान है। भविष्य की दिशा और दशा क्या होगी वो वर्तमान पर निर्भर है। आज आप यहाँ जो युवा हैं वही भविष्य के निर्माता हैं, भविष्य के कर्णधार हैं। आप लोगों के ऊपर भविष्य जो है भविष्य निर्भर है, अर्थात भविष्य आपके ऊपर बहुत भारी जो है दायित्व है।
Then, in order to, I think basically, I think every living being, including this flower, see, although this flower, this plant, is no mind, so no feeling. However, everyone wants to survive. So flower, you see, when they too much dry, they show now we need water. And then some flower of morning look towards east because sun come from there. Then the sun goes, these flowers also used to go like that. So for there, although no feeling, they also have this sort of, right to exist. Now sentient beings who have mind, with that who have the feeling, certainly everyone wants survival. Small insect also. Then main reason to survive is actually, I think, if the individual, for example, human being or even I think animal, when they really face desperate situation, they prefer die. So suicide take place. So therefore, trying to survival it means to achieve happiness. So everyone wants happy life. On that basis, whether there is creator or not, we human beings have this marvelous brain. You see, this brain have, I think, a unique ability to memorize past and think about the future. In order to think properly, you see, we try to know the reality, not only from one dimension, but 3 dimensions, 4 dimensions, 6 dimensions, try to see the reality. Other animals, without this brain, cannot do. So therefore, firstly, on the basis of our desire to have, to have sort of happy life, in order to achieve happy life, use our brain. What is the sort of, the causes of unhappiness, suffering? And what is causes of happiness or pleasure? These, our intelligence have special sort of ability. So we human beings combine these two, nature sort of desire for happiness and use human intelligence. Now, in this respect, education is key factor.
वास्तव में संपूर्ण प्राणी मात्र सुख की कामना करते हैं, सुख की इच्छा करते हैं, अपने को बचाए रखने का प्रयास करते हैं। वो मात्र मानव मात्र तक ही सीमित नहीं है। जैसे कि आपके सामने ये फूल हैं, ये छोटे पेड़ पौधे हैं, यहाँ तक कि ये भी जो है अपने को सरवाइव करने के लिए, अपने को, अपने अस्तित्व को बनाए रखने का ये लोग जो है प्रयास करते हैं। जैसे आप देखते हैं प्रातःकाल सूरजमुखी का जो फूल होता है, वो जब सूरज उदय होती है तो वो मुख जो है उस ओर करती है। जैसे जैसे सूरज उत्तरार्ध की ओर बढ़ती है, उसका अपना मुख भी जो है सूर्य की ओर घूमते रहती है। इससे ये सिद्ध होता है कि मानव माता ही नहीं अपितु पेड़ पौधे यहाँ तक कि सभी जो है अपने अस्तित्व को बनाए रखने का जो है प्रयास करते हैं। तो मानव मात्र ही नहीं अपितु छोटे से छोटे कीड़े मकोड़े से लेकर के सभी सुख की चाह करते हैं, यहाँ अपने को बनाए रखने का प्रयास करते हैं। तो इस दृष्टि से यदि हम देखते हैं तो मनुष्य के पास जो है बहुत बड़ा मस्तिष्क विवेकशीलता है। चाहे इस संसार का निर्माण कोई सृष्टिकर्ता हो या ना हो दूसरी बात है, लेकिन मनुष्य के पास ऐसा मस्तिष्क है, विवेक है, जो अपने विवेक के द्वारा जिसे किया जाना चाहिए करने और अच्छे और बुरे का भेद करने के लिए जो व्यक्ति के पास जो है विवेकशीलता है। अर्थात हमें अपने विवेक का उपयोग करते हुए जो है सुख और शांति की स्थापना के लिए कार्य करना चाहिए। क्योंकि व्यक्ति के पास जो है देखने के विवेकशील कई आयामों से जो है व्यक्ति वस्तु का विश्लेषण कर सकती है। ये गुण जो है मानव के अंदर है, अर्थात संपूर्ण प्राणी माता सुख की अभीष्ट है, सुख की इच्छा कामना करते हैं, दुख से दूर हटना चाहते हैं। इसलिए जो है हम लोगों को भी उस और प्रयास करना चाहिए, अपने विवेक का सदुपयोग करना चाहिए।
So, education is the key factor to actually utilize human brain, and also education can increase our ability to analyze things. So therefore, I think everywhere, human community, everywhere, people realize education is very, very important. Now the question, those countries, I think including India, education, the people who create more problem in our family, in our community, or national level, even international level. People who create more problem, these highly educated people. So they can manipulate people more efficiently. So now question is, existing education system is adequate to bring happiness, happy future or not? We have to think seriously. Today, we humanity facing a lot of problems. Many of these problems is actually our own creation. Sometimes I use man-made problem. That does not mean female among the troublemaker. No, some female also create a lot of problem. But generally, a man-made problem. So, each human being never want problem. But ultimate sort of cause of the problem is our own creation. So this shows now existing education system, so-called modern education, is not adequate to bring more happier family, happier individual, happier community. Now time comes, we have to think seriously about that.
किसी भी वस्तु को मैटेरियलाइज करने से पूर्व जो है हमें विचार करना पड़ता है, बुद्धि में उसको जो है स्थापित करना होता है। तो बुद्धि में जैसे विचार आता है उसी के अनुरूप जो है बाह्य हम जो है निर्माण को करते हैं। जब हम इस दुनिया में जब हम देखते हैं तो विभिन्न प्रकार की समस्याओं को देखते हैं तो ऐसा लगता है कि जो हमारे संसार में समस्याएं हैं वो जो है अशिक्षित की अपेक्षा जो लोग शिक्षित हैं उनके द्वारा क्रिएट किया गया समस्या जैसा ऐसा प्रतीत होने लगता है। तो इस पर हमें पुनः विचार होना चाहिए कि क्या जो समस्या शिक्षा के द्वारा जो समस्याएं उत्पन्न हो रही है तो क्या हमारे शिक्षा का जो व्यवस्था है, शिक्षा की जो नीति है, क्या उसमें कमियां हैं, खामियां हैं? हमें उस पर जो है गंभीरता पूर्वक विचार करना होगा, क्योंकि ज़्यादातर जो समस्याएं हैं वो जो है मानवकृत समस्याएं हैं। जब हम समस्या के उत्स को देखते हैं तो वो जो है स्वार्थ और स्वकेंद्रित होकर के जो हम कार्य करते हैं इसके चलते जो है समस्याएं हैं। तो अतः हमें समस्या के उत्स को, स्रोत पर विचार करना होगा और हमारे शिक्षा नीति में परिवर्तन लाना होगा। जब तक हम शिक्षा नीति में परिवर्तन नहीं लाएंगे तो हम समस्या का समाधान करने में समर्थ नहीं होंगे, ऐसा लगता है।
Yeah. So now, the education, which I think whole world now carrying sort of study, we can call modern education. Now, this country also, during British rule or colonial rule, see, of course, besides some development, technology, including train or these many things, but the education, according that material value, the education oriented about material value, that introduced in this country. So now, generally, on global level, now, number of scientists and also educationists now have the same view. The existing materialistic education is not adequate to bring more, or say, happy humanity with peaceful mind and more, I think, inner value. So now time, I think, come, we have to think seriously how to introduce in modern education about also the inner value, not based on religion, but you see the secular way. Again, that's the Indian system, secular. According to Indian understanding, secular means respect all religion and also respect non-believer. So, moral ethics based on a secular, the secular concept, I think very relevant to today's world. So now, I fully committed, try to revival of ancient Indian knowledge about our inner world, our emotion, and how to tackle our emotion. The way to tackle our emotion, not through prayer, not through faith, but use human intelligence. So, how to tackle our emotion? Through reasoning, through analyzation. So therefore, I think strictly secular way, I think that education can be, I think eventually whole world should need that kind of holistic education. Now, in order to carry that, firstly, this country, India, over 3,000 years, you see, ancient Indian, you see, carry, analyze, what's the problem? The ultimate source of our problem in our emotion. Analyze these things. Then, you see, try to reduce these things. So, India's, I think, 1,000-year-old concept of ahimsa come. With that, now we can see now today, over 2,000 years, religious harmony there. The concept of ahimsa. So therefore, this country, 1,000 years, you have this sort of tradition, analyze our emotion, then violence will not solve problem, but create more problem. So ahimsa is important. So even different religious traditions live harmoniously because of strong belief of ahimsa. When you talk ahimsa, karuna automatically comes there. So now, this country, I think, have greater potential, you see, to develop education system which combine materialistic education, oriented education, as well as education about our inner value. So now, here, Bihar, here, with help of one Italian, you yourself, the product of materialistic oriented education. But you realize, you see, that education not adequate to bring happy human being. So now you start education, or say small educations or institution. I think this is very right place, Buddha enlightened place, Bodhgaya. So this is small, but this should be some kind of pilot way, a pilot project. So I hope now, whether the small school or college, these things, whether you can carry a more significant way or not, depend these young students. Now you study, study well. The way study, just learning through books, through lectures from a teacher, that knowledge on that level is just knowledge or awareness from hearing. That's not sufficient. Now once you hear something, or say something you found from book, now you should analyze. What is the reason? And should read more different books. Same subject, one book, say, because of the presentation, right? The way presentation, one book and another book, some differences is different. It's very useful in order to analyze. Now, as far as Buddhist philosophy is concerned, Nalanda tradition, all existing Indian different traditions mentioned in order to analyze, in order to analytical meditation. So similarly, the general subject, you should read same subject, different author, different books, and then analyze. Not through just mere hearing, but analyze yourself. Then you reach second level of awareness, or Shiva, understanding. Now this level, the first level, another person say, oh no, that's not right, this is the right. You may doubt. You may say, oh, yes, like that. The understanding, secondary level, through analyze, then someone say, this is not right. Then you already have reason. No, this is right because such reason A, B, C, D. Then that level of understanding further familiarize, then that really affect our emotion like that. So therefore, please, you young, my brothers, sisters, please, now, while you learning, think more seriously and look one subject from different angle, from this angle, what kind of that? From this angle, what kind of that? And in order, everything interdependent. The Sanskrit word, patita samuppada, everything interdependent. So, therefore, in order to know one thing fully, you have to look from various angles. Because reality, things are interconnected, interdependent. So, then you get real conviction. That affect our emotion. So that I want to share with my brothers, sisters. Then sometimes I jokingly telling young people, as I mentioned, the future of the world is in your hand. So, a generation of 20th century and the generation of 21st century, now my generation, and including those teachers, also you see, a generation of the 20th century, our century already gone. So now we more or less ready to say bye-bye. Now you, younger generation of 21st century, 21st century, just the beginning. So, you have opportunity to see better world, peaceful world, compassionate world, if we make effort through awareness, through holistic education. So, when you have to say, after now 20 years, 30 years, I think this 21st century could be more peaceful. So, I usually jokingly telling people, after 20 years, I will not be here on this earth. I may, if you have if you have concept heaven and hell, I may even in because of the heaven or hell. Bishop Tutu, my great friend, he often, you see, teasing me. He always described me as a mischievous Dalai Lama. And I just respond, mischievous bishop. So one occasion, you see, he teasing me as a Christian believing God. So he quite sure go to heaven. Dalai Lama may go different place. Strictly speaking, non-believer. So my destination is hell. So anyway, even in hell, I may get permission to visit our earth, world. So I am watching the generation of 21st century. You are doing well or not. If I find the generation of 21st century, you're also doing some sort of violence or cheating, bully, these things, then I will report to head of the hell. Oh, now hell, not only necessary hell, but also should expand. More people ready come to hell. If you see the world, the 21st century's generation doing well, better world, then I will report, oh, now the size of hell can reduce because people on earth doing very good.